Welcome to the Chew on This podcast. Join your host, Dr. Katie Chew, and her guests as they chew on what matters, one story at a time.
Well, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Chew on This podcast. And I'm your host, Dr. Katie Chew. And today I have, well, I don't really know how to say it, longtime friend, but there was a big chunk of time that we didn't really connect.
Correct.
Until maybe about last year.
Correct.
So I have my dear longtime friend, Dr. Jon Crum. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's go ahead and just start off with a little bit tell my followers about yourself, like what you do.
Well, I'm an optometrist in Chino Hills. I opened that office with a certain other person that Katie knows back in 1992, and then I became the sole owner in 2001, and I've been there ever since. And we do all kind of general optometry, kids, myopia control, you name it, we pretty much will do it.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna go and turn back the time a little bit. You mentioned that it was in 1990. When did you open your practice?
92.
92.
Mm-hmm.
So your former partner,
Yes.
with that entity, I was, just so the followers understand, I was married to him, to his partner, and I ended up having 2 beautiful children from that marriage, and life was good at first, I would say,
Yeah,
right?
we were building that practice. And
Building the practice in Chino Hills, and it was
perfect area to open up in at that time.
yes,
So, yeah.
yes, and I think I'm going to give you credit for finding that location because it was like a prime location.
Right. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I will take credit for that.
Yes.
Gathered
And-
it out and.
Yeah. I mean, it was at first kind of like a bedroom community, but now it's just beyond that, I think,
Yeah,
right?
I think it went from a population of like 35,000 to like almost 100,000 now, or 75 to 100,000. So yeah, it's really, really growing, and it's still growing.
And you guys might have been maybe the second or third optometry office in that Chino Hills area.
We were the third one, but the other 2 were not doing very well because the doctor was just coming in 1 day a week, basically.
Yeah.
And we were right smack dab in the city of Chino Hills, and everybody started coming to us. So took off from there.
And so here we are. I mean, if I were to start adding up the years, I think me and you probably had not talked or even seen each other for 28 years or so.
At least.
Minus, because I've been practicing here since 1995, and that's 30 years, right? And then, so shave off a few years after that. It's been a while, right? And the reason why we ended up not losing contact was because of this common person, right? I was going through a terrible marriage, and I would have to honestly say that it was an abusive marriage, and nobody should ever be subjected to that type of behavior. It was not acceptable, and I didn't realize it at the time, but it was actually happening to you. And at the practice,
and the office and staff and
with
patients.
Yes. And to be honest, at the beginning, I thought I was able to control it because I thought it was only within the 4 walls of our home. And slowly, I started realizing that it was beyond our home, and that it was in a place of business. And for me, when I started seeing that, and then also when we were in public, his aggression was starting to showcase itself out in public with me. And then when we started having children, we didn't have children until a lot later.
Right.
And so at first, again, I thought I can kind of control it. And I was being very hopeful, going through therapy and all that stuff, thinking that, things might get better with change. But what I did realize was that he was not willing to change. And then you always kind of go through that honeymoon phase where things would be a little bit better, and then all these empty promises would come. And so I don't really need to go into all the details, but I just want to say thank you to you, because November 1st of 2001, that morning was a very critical morning in my life.
And yeah, mine too. It definitely was. Yeah,
You know,
that was D-Day.
yeah, and again, for my followers, without going into details, but that morning was a wake-up call for both of us in terms of doing something that we should have done long time ago. And I think at that time, the police was on the phone with me, and then later on, the phone got handed to you, and then you were updating me on what actually had happened before the police were called. And I think you told me, you said, the locks have been changed, restraining orders are in place, and I advise you to do the same. Those were that's what you told me. You need to do the same. And I think if you didn't say that to me, I don't know where things would be. Maybe it would have been a little bit more delayed. I know eventually I would have left.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
It was inevitable. It was inevitable. But I think the fact that you said you need to do the same, I literally hung up the phone and started taking care of things I needed to do. And so I want to say thank you, for that, because that just changed things. Restraining orders were in place, and it changed life for me and my daughters. I think for us to have a healthy, for my daughters to have a healthy upbringing, to be away from that type of aggression was just something that I feel like it was a beautiful gift that you gave me, and that's all I'm saying. And so, and my daughters are doing great, and they're even better than great. And so again, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. But yeah, it had to be done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So we're going to do the format of the hard choose and the soft choose. And the hard choose are going to be the questions that are going to be a little bit more thought-provoking. Take us some time to gnaw on it and chew on it. The soft choose, since you're my guest, I'm going to have you draw from that. And those are the fun, easier questions. So you go ahead and pull one out, and then we'll each take turns answering.
All right. Okay. What's something about Atlanta or being there that shifts your perspective even slightly?
You know what? That was left from a previous one because I just came back from Atlanta. Have you been to Atlanta?
I have been to Atlanta.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, well then go ahead and answer it.
Yes. The interesting thing about Atlanta, obviously I'm a history person, and the Civil War obviously was a big thing in Atlanta, and just the whole history of that area and the surrounding areas with the different battlefields and everything, and the different monuments that are there currently. They're kind of in the news right now. I just find it kind of a touch to the past, but they're trying to erase the past.
Okay, and when was it that you were last in Atlanta?
It was probably about six years ago, I think it was.
I think the last time I talked to you, are you trying to go to as many of the states, or you have been to all the states?
No, I have 5 more to go to.
5 more. Okay. And within what time frame, or you're not mapping it out?
As soon as I get done, I'm not mapping it out. It'll happen when it happens. So we have some things in plan that hopefully this year we might be able to scratch a couple off there. But
Nice. Are you going to mix international and domestic, or you're going to focus on?
In between we might go to Europe again, but
we'll again. Where did you go last?
Last was a cruise to Prague to Budapest.
Okay, haven't been to that area. I'm going to reach over
probably
to
going
this.
to France on a river cruise here pretty soon.
Okay, I'm going to answer this. What's something about Atlanta that shifts your perspective even slightly? So I always say that after I get back to LA, I'm like, wow, people need to learn more about Southern hospitality, because literally in Atlanta, if you're getting out of your gate upon arrival, there are people there just saying, good morning, how are you? How can I help you? And even when you go to the ladies' room at the airport, again, there's an attendant in the restroom, and they're literally trying to make conversations with you. And I feel like in LA, people don't even want to have eye contact with you. So it's not just like not even having the greeting, but you already are facing kind of just a little bit of, I don't want to say, it's lacking warmness. So if you don't even have eye contact or even a smile from somebody that, normally would be greeting you, since if you're going to be visiting their city, it's like, I always say, I kind of wish that LA can learn a little bit more from Atlanta. It would be nice.
Yep.
It would be nice.
It's a whole different way of life there in the South. I mean,
It
my
is.
mom and dad were from Kentucky and West Virginia, and my significant other's family's from Virginia. And so we have that kind of southern side of things as well, that you come out here and people think everybody in the South is just a little redneck or hick or whatever. And it's like that too. They're actually genuine, happy people.
Yes, I know. That stereotype is just so much a stereotype. It's not reality, because I find that it's part of the culture. Like, they live and breathe it, in terms of just genuinely being nice to everyone. So, all right, that was an easy one. All right. What's a tension you're currently navigating that's actually shaping your next level?
Okay, that's a fairly easy one.
Easy, huh?
My daughter's getting married next week, and
wait, Emily is getting married next week. Congratulations!
Yes, in Chicago, and so I'll be going to the wedding. It's a lot of stress and joy that I'm experiencing, but it's your little girl who's now moving on to the next level.
And she's your firstborn.
She's our oldest, Yes, Grant is he's probably going to be engaged pretty soon, I think. We'll see about that in the next year or so, probably. But it's now I'm grandparents in the future, and so it's kind of a tipping point where. Now
Does she know that you want to be a grandparent?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's now shifting. That stress will then hopefully shift to happiness when the baby's born.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna finish off the whole thing about being grandparents. So I have been collecting. Some people call it a hope chest, but my hope chest is filled with children's books and toys and things that I've collected through traveling, and it's meant for my future grandkids. And but sometimes it'll slip, and I'll kind of like remind my daughters that I want to be a grandmom, but sometimes I also don't want to give them that pressure, right? And
so there's no pressure. It happens when it happens. But
yes. What's a tension you're currently navigating that's actually shaping your next level? I don't know if it's tension. Well, okay. So I was leaning on one thing, but I will address it head on in terms of tension. So I have been experiencing some anxiety, but it's more related, and I've said it on some of my other previous podcasts before. It started last year, and there's an entity in our industry that I personally feel like they're not doing the right thing. I had brought it up to their attention, and multiple times, and we're not seeing eye to eye, and I'm literally trying to fight for the patients, and so this entity isn't really taking responsibility, and so we're in the middle of it, and And so I'm hoping that, as I'm navigating through this tension, that once it's over, that it'll be something that I'm learning, because I am learning a lot through this, and that I do have to trust my own voice. And sometimes, when you're dealing with a larger entity like that you feel like you start doubting yourself, and you worry about the repercussions and the consequences of trying to have a voice in a industry where you're dealing with an industry giant. I think right now I'm learning through this process of how to navigate through the anxiety that I do face here and there. But I think I'm going to come out stronger in the end. Whatever the outcome is, I think I'm going to be learning more about who I am and the principles that I stand for, and for my patients. I mean, literally everything that I do right now, especially in this particular situation, is it's for the patients. So that's where I am. All right, you pull a soft.
What's a simple habit or routine that keeps you grounded no matter where you are? Watching Jeopardy every night at 7.
Do you?
Oh God, yes. Yes.
Wow.
I have to watch it. It's like I feel like a Rain Man, because it's like if Jeopardy's on, got to go watch it. So that would be.
Who is the host of Jeopardy
now? It is now Ken Jennings. It used to be Alex Trebek.
Yes, but then for a while they were trying to find somebody.
They tried and Miam Balak.
Yes, from that she was like a brainiac, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, she went to UCLA.
Yes.
Has a degree in like aerospace engineering. Or
she has like
crazy.
a PhD or neuroscience.
Yeah,
she's like a neuroscientist.
But Ken Jennings had more hosting appeal, I guess.
So the ratings were higher.
The ratings were higher, probably. Yeah, but they were both great, and it's fun to watch it. You learn something every day. And occasionally I'll get a question right.
Yeah. I think for myself, sorry, I always have to read these questions again. What's a simple habit or routine that keeps you grounded no matter where you are? I have so many different answers, and I'm just trying to right now touch upon something that I might have not talked about on a different episode. I think for me, for a while, I always felt like, and of course right now I'm on the podcast and I have makeup on and all that, but I think right now I'm trying to wear less and less makeup, and something as simple as just putting on maybe some chapstick is gonna. When I say grounded, it's reminding me that that's all I need. Like sometimes, so on my days off, I try to. Well, there's one thing I have to have is eyebrows. So if I don't put some eyebrow, powder, I literally will be a face without eyebrows. So that's the one thing I have to do. But I think everything else, I've been trying to remind myself that, because I came from the 80s, and 80s, we were just, hair was big, face was caked on with so much makeup. And I've been trying to teach myself that, that grounding myself with natural beauty is okay. You know what I mean? I felt like before we weren't brought up that way. We had to have a certain facade when we stepped out. And so yeah, my daughters, I'm learning this from my daughters, because they'll go out with no makeup on, and sometimes their faces are a little bit, just from natural perspiration or oil, but it's like a healthy glow. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking I came from a generation where we would be kind of matting down the facial oil. We would have things that we got to pull out of our purse and this and that. And so yeah, it's just different times, but I'm learning from them.
Well,
so
less is more.
Yes.
Less is more.
Less is more. That is true. That is true. Okay, that was a soft chew. Hard. Okay, these are kind of all. Well, this one What belief has quietly evolved for you since the last time we sat down together? What belief has quietly evolved for you since the last time we sat down together? I think I have one.
Okay.
Do you need to gnaw on
Give me
this a little bit
more
more?
time to chew on this.
So, I think for me, quietly, that's been evolving in me is my faith. My faith. And it's, when I say it's quiet, it's because that's my time with my faith that I devote every morning for 2 hours. And yeah, that's something that I've been building. It's a relationship. And I think it's been helping me, navigate through, the ups and downs in my life and putting things in perspective that he has me. He's got me. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to feel like I'm going through life alone. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah. Mine is that there is that one certain person that is out there that you're destined to be with, and you might have come across them many times over the past years, but nothing really came of it. And I think I've don't think I know I found my perfect match now.
Good.
I've known her since junior high school and high school. We've always been friends, and she's my savior basically because she helped me out of this situation last year with the divorce that I went through. And there's that belief there's always that one person that's out there that is meant to be. You may not find them early, it may be 50 years later, but they're always out there.
See, now you're giving me some faith in that in my life as well. But I do have to share this with you. I don't know if you know this, but I've been married twice. So my first husband was...
We talked about that.
We already talked about that, okay?
Yeah.
So the doors are closed on that one. But my second, husband, even though we're not together anymore, I still consider him as one of my best friends. And then, so from that relationship, I'm hoping that my daughters can learn through me and my relationship with my second ex-husband that things can still be more than amicable, right? I mean, yeah. And so, because I really do feel like for me, he's kind of like, I think people can have more than one soulmate. And sometimes soulmates can come into your life and not necessarily be with the label of husband, if that makes sense. Right. And so he's been providing me a lot of support, just emotionally, because I feel like he knows me. And so I'm very grateful for my friendship with him still. And so, yeah, I just want to put that out there, because a lot of times people think that once a marriage is over, that it cannot be possible to still maintain a healthy friendship. And so my take on it is that sometimes it could still also be a soulmate, but just not be defined through a marriage, if that makes sense. And so, because sometimes you just, those confines, if that makes sense, it just doesn't work in that type of dynamic. But outside of the confines of a marriage, then, you can still respect each other in that way. So, yeah. All right. Did we both answer that one? I'm like kind of, okay, so it's soft chew.
Soft chew time, yeah. Okay, what's something you've changed your mind about lately, big or small?
I'm going to have you go first on that one.
Something I've changed my mind about lately, big or small? Well, I don't have a total answer for that.
You
yet.
don't?
I need to
Okay.
think about that a
All
little
right.
bit more.
So
Something
I'm going to
changed
try
my
to,
mind
I'll try to
about.
save you here and give you more time. What's something you've changed your mind about lately? Okay, I have this one.
Okay, I know.
Okay, for me, my practice. I am, this October of 2026 will be 31 years of me practicing. And I already have colleagues that have retired, sold their practice. And sometimes, when I meet up with them and then I'm thinking that maybe they might still have their practice, and then they let me know about the great news that they just sold. So lately I've been hearing a lot of this. And of course, when I hear it, I'm happy for them, but then it makes me start thinking about myself, like, what should I be doing with my practice, right? And, but now I've decided to change my mind about thinking about the possibility of selling my practice and all that. I'm doubling down that I'm going to go for another 8 to 10 years. Okay. I know, yeah, you see, no, but and this is a big decision, right? And I say that because if I'm going to continue moving forward and I want it to be where I'm not going to stay stagnant, I've come to realize that I have to invest money. When you have a practice and you want it to grow, you can't make it grow without injecting money. And that's where I was struggling for the longest time, because do I save money towards my retirement, or do I put money into my practice, right? And I just thought to myself, well, there's no guarantee. If I keep funneling money into my retirement, there's no guarantee that I'll be alive in another year, right? And so I thought to myself, well, that money that I normally would be putting there, I'm just going to put it in what I'm doing currently, which is practicing. And so that's the decision I decided to do, and I guess change my mind. So this is on a larger scale.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I know. I kind of shocked you when you're like, "What? You're going to still work for
Well,
another?"
my optometrist worked till he was 90 when I was a kid. So.
Well, I didn't say 30 more years, but yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, I guess mine might be the same thing. Changing my mind about retiring. I would have liked to have retired. Earlier, but things happened and it didn't work out. Quite that way. So I'm thinking, not maybe 8 to 10 years, but maybe 60 till I'm 60. I'm 5-6 years. 62 now, maybe about 67, and see what happens at that point. And there's a lot of things up in the air with
and that's okay. I mean, that's why even though I said 8 to 10 years, I'm still giving myself permission to be fluid, right? Because that's kind of how life is right now. I feel like we can't just be rigid. We have to kind of move with how things go, and we have no control of how things go. I just feel like, due to my faith and all that, I just have to trust that things I'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
So that's where I am. What was that?
That was a soft.
That was a soft one.
I think so. Yes.
But it took us a while to.
Yeah, I know. I read it first.
Answer.
So yeah, it's a soft
okay.
one. So.
All right. Well, let's do one more round.
That might need to be recategorized.
All right. One more round. Okay. So here we go. What's a conversation you've been avoiding that would change something if you had it? See, this is hard. This is harder than the other one. What's a conversation
that is a hard
you've been
one, but,
avoiding?
I've had that conversation, and it is. I wasn't really avoiding it, but it is going to change something in the next year or so. The significant other that I was talking about. We went not ring shopping. We went ring buying. So.
My goodness. Okay.
Yeah, so somewhere in the future,
congratulations.
Now I have to come up with the plan to where I'm going to ask her, and I know where it's going to be. She doesn't know, but I'll keep it a secret, hopefully as best I can. And hopefully it's not going to ask one of these soft shoes when are you going to get married? So that would be the big.
Congratulations.
The big thing. Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
I'm excited.
So let me ask you, when I'm not trying to dig up old things, but like when was it in terms of the divorce? Was that a year and a half
It was
ago?
February 4th of 2025. So a little bit over a year ago.
Okay.
Year and a month.
So when you were in the midst of it, could you see yourself being in this position where you're telling me, like, you already knew?
Yes.
You already knew?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, it was kind of obvious.
Oh, very nice.
It's a totally different situation than the first time,
Very
and it's a
nice.
lot less stressful, a lot happier, a lot to look forward to with her. And
Yeah. So
gonna
it's
be my,
different.
my-
It's different from
well,
your previous.
right. Oh yeah. I think we talked about this before. The SW, and now this
Refresh
is the
my
FW.
memory.
Starter wife,
Okay, starter wife.
final wife.
Final wife. SW and FW.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm lucky to have found the FW.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Genuinely happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Now I got to answer this. What's a conversation you've been avoiding that you? I don't know. I mean, the only thing is that, well, it's related to the grandparent thing, like a conversation to have with my daughters about, like, you know, clock is ticking, you know, like when do you think you're going to be, you know,
No.
it's like, the reason I'm saying this
Happens when
is
it
because
happens.
that's
Don't rush
what,
it.
exactly. What I'm saying is that that's the generation I feel like we grew up in, where our family or parents or even grandparents sometimes will just straight out have these conversations with us. And so, like, for me, this is a conversation I am avoiding. I mean, on purpose, because I don't think I should be, you know, putting that type of pressure or expectation with my children, because I feel like if I did, it would change something. It would change my relationship with them. Right.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So it is a conversation I'm avoiding. And I agree with you that it will happen when it happens. Right. And yeah. All right. You do one soft chew, and then that might be the last one.
What kind of people make you feel instantly comfortable?
Well, I think I can answer for you, the person that you're going to be.
Well, yeah, upbeat, positive,
Mm-hmm.
confident
Yeah.
people that have a goal in life and are striving towards that goal every day. That would be definitely the main ones.
Let me see that question, Incan. Yeah, I agree with you. I think upbeat, like you said, confident, genuine.
Yeah, honest and genuine.
Yeah.
Someone you can trust.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think we all know through life that we might sometimes come across people that are disingenuous. And sometimes they're doing it because maybe it's trying to serve a certain purpose for them. But for me, I think I'm starting to identify that earlier in people with agendas. I guess that's what
right. Yes.
And so those are people that don't make me feel comfortable. And so, yeah, people who, you know, are open. Because I feel like, or transparent, that's a better way. Because when somebody has an agenda, they tend to be more closed off. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, those are the people that I'm starting to recognize earlier, and I don't really engage with them. Whereas before, I think I'm always like a people person, and even though it might be like a little bit of a warm flag, not necessarily a red flag, I'll still try to like get to know them. And it's like now it's like, no, my time is valuable.
I got better things to do.
Exactly. Okay, so do you have any last words that you want to share?
No, just thank you for having me on. It's been a fun fun trip down memory lane, and then these questions are always interesting. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. I mean, you have 2 children, I have 2 children, and I can only, I mean, I don't even want to go down that road in terms of imagining, but if we didn't do what we did back in November 1st of 2001, I mean, life would be so different.
Oh, yeah.
And you end up
180 degrees.
Oh yeah, and you end up having your practice flourish, and for me to also, build my practice, and I think I invited you to my 30th year anniversary.
Right. Yes.
For my practice, and that was a celebration of me becoming a person that I felt, how should I say it, to be recognized, because in that marriage I wasn't being recognized, and I wasn't trying to prove anything, but I was basically, for that celebration in Newport, it was my time to say that I've arrived, because being in an abusive relationship, you're constantly being told that you're not worth anything.
Right.
And you're constantly being devalued. And so, I can honestly say that I'm living my best life now. And so are you.
Yes.
And so are you.
It's getting better all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So congratulations on this pre-announcement, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you already have a date as to when you're going to announce it, or
No.
because it's going to be on the podcast, and this is going to be?
I know. No.
So there's some pressure there that everybody else in the world already knows about it, except for her. All right.
Yes,
Well, good thing we didn't have a soft chew question asking you the exact date of when when the proposal is going to be. So
it's in the works.
It's in the works.
The hard part's done.
Very good.
The rest of it, just got to figure out the right place, which I know where it's going to be.
So I want to thank you for your time. I also want to thank my followers for joining us today. Always remember to live your life purposefully, see clearly, and also lead boldly. So until next time, take care. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.